We knew going into this thing that they were going to, be a real challenge. They've got a strong defense. It certainly is aggressive. Made it hard on us throughout the day. They play a brand of offense that's challenging to defend. They really use the entire field, stretch it horizontally and vertically. And so hats off to Platteville for competing their butts off today, going through the schedule they went through, winning that conference. Man, that's a good football team we just beat out there, and that's a big win for our program, no doubt about it. Certainly proud of the way the guys handled today. We came in the day, I think a lot of people doubted what Wartburg was capable of. Obviously we've had a couple nice years, and we lost some guys from last season. And, going into this game, not many people were picking us. There's a lot of people that thought, we didn't quite have the offense to be able to move the ball, didn't quite have the defense to be able to make stops, didn't quite have that same type of team we've had the last couple of years. And I've been saying it all along. The 2024 team, hey, it's not 2022 or 2023 team, but it is a special team. They know how to win. They find a way to win. We proved that out there again today with our play. Like I said, the guys executed our offensive game plan at a high level. We ran the football very effectively against a really good run defense. Obviously possessed the ball a bunch, and defensively just took advantage of a few mistakes that Platteville made along the way, and set ourselves up with some opportunities to kind of open that game up, open up a little bit of a lead there. Obviously they did a great job getting that score in, punching that thing in before half to get us to a 10-7 game and really have that thing at halftime being a challenge. And I think we just came out and responded in the second half. Again, offensively, just found a way to possess the ball. And, we had the turnover there in the second half, and the defensive response off of that turnover to get the ball, right back to us. The sudden change there was really big. And like I said, it's what this team's about. The 2024 team, each phase of the ball, when they're needed to step up, they do it. So, hey, we make a mistake on offense, defense got our back. Defense gives up the score before the half, offense drives the ball down, puts points on the board in the second half. Kicking game steps up, changes the field, whatever it is. Anytime we needed to play, whoever it was in that phase stepped up and did it. And that's what this team has become. And I think really going back to week 2 against St. John's, we learned so much from that game, and I think we've grown from that week 2 game, and week in and week out we've gotten better, and you saw that out there today. So again, I told the guys down in the locker room, couldn't be more proud of them. I wouldn't want to have a day like this with any other guys but them. I really love this team. This 2024 team is special, and I keep saying that, and I can't wait to see what we're capable of doing moving forward. So I guess that's my opening statement.
I'll ask you about the offensive line, Chris. Kept Carter and Leo clean for the most part today. Running game really got going in the second half. What about those guys up front? How did they just kind of collectively get better as the day went on?
Yeah, the offensive line was a huge part of our success today. Obviously, like you said, the ground game, we had to be able to establish a running game. We're not looking to be a team that's going to drop back and pass the ball 50, 60 times a game like a lot of these teams you see around the country. And so to be able to run the football the way that we did, to set up some of our play-action pass game, both Leo and Carter are very good at, making plays, off play action, with their feet. I mean, this guy was magic out there a couple times today, keeping plays alive. But like I said, that offensive line did a great job helping them be comfortable. And that was something we talked about, going back to August when we had our beginning of the year media day. I said, hey, the best friend for our quarterback is going to be that offensive line. And all those guys that lined up out there today have played in playoff games like this before. Every guy that ran out there, I think, besides maybe Hutz, has played in multiple playoff games. So those guys were ready for today. They were ready for the challenge. And I think they had a chip on their shoulder, really had something to prove. And, played at a super high level to allow Carter and Dawson to do what they did today for sure.
Nate, Carter, Dawson, could you all just give me a highlight of today's game?
Just running behind the O-line and the tight ends, and the receivers. They do a really great job blocking for me to give me holes to run through, and it's a lot of fun running behind them.
Yeah, I think when we punched that ball out, we were backed up, and then our defense did the rest. I mean, I think that was like a key point in the game, and after that, our O-line just took care of business all day. So it's nice to have that for sure.
Yeah, it's an easy one for me. Just being able to go out there and play again, like missing all those games this year, just watching from the sidelines, just made me appreciate going out there and playing again. So that was the best part for me, just playing with these guys.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off Nate just real quick before you ask another question. Nate Link, having him back on defense out there was different. It was different, right? His brother Adam had been filling in for him and did an excellent job, an outstanding job, probably an all-conference caliber level job. But having his experience out there today, his physicality, having him back out there at the field, I think, especially with the way Platteville plays offense and the way they try to put that ball out in space and really challenge your outside linebacker out there to the field. I mean, Nate answered the bell, answered the call, and it was awesome to have him back and see him back out there playing football. And couldn't be more appreciative of, how he's handled this situation as a fifth-year senior coming back, opportunity to play again, and oh man, it got taken away from him for 7-8 weeks, right? I mean, since Nebraska Wesleyan, and just kind of watching him go through what he had to go through to get back today, and then seeing him play out there and the way he competed, just really special. He's a special guy, special player, and can't say enough great things about what Nate did out there for our team today.
Nate, as a member of the defensive unit, the turnover happens during that second half, and it was kind of a critical time. But you guys just seem like you thrive on having the offense's back when something like that happens. You get an extra charge out of that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, just being there for one another is the foundation of our team. Just playing for one another. Whenever there's a turnover, just run out there saying, "Put out the fire." Doesn't matter how it happened. Put it out.
Dawson, how important was it, you make defense makes a fourth down stop there midway through the fourth quarter, and you break off the big run. What happened during that run, and how important was it to punch it in and get that 2-score game?
Yeah, I saw the safety come down, and Bill comes leads around and gets that backer, and I hit it, and I saw the guy's shadow, tried to jump as he dove, but we had Carter punch it in, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was a huge play in the game. I mean, that busted it open, right? And I think our coaches did a great job. Our offensive staff, they had been we were doing a little bit of that shifting in motion of our tight ends around, and it kind of had gotten into a little bit of a rhythm where I think they were expecting that ball to maybe have the H-back kind of fax back cross formation again, and so they were kind of overplaying the front side of that. Boom, we came back out the backside there and ran lead back the other way. What he was saying is our center pulls back around there, and man, that was great timing, great call by the offensive coaches too, getting that set up, and then obviously outstanding execution by Dawson and our offensive line to rip that thing off. And yeah, that was huge. Then to have these guys finish that drive off, punch it in, I think that was kind of a little bit of a statement too about who we are and what we're about, finishing the game off like that. So it was pretty special.
Chris, do you have an update on how Leo is?
Yeah, so I don't have all the details, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm allowed to share, but I think from what I can gather, it's looking like it may be a season ender. We'll know a little bit more here this next week and give you an update. But yeah, I think as of right now, maybe it might be like a collarbone or something down that path, and they're doing some testing, and we'll figure it out. So unfortunately for him, obviously he stepped in some different packages. We plan to kind of get both him and Carter working in today. Just both of them bring so much to the table for our team. The thing I'm most impressed with these two guys is the way that they support each other. It's you don't find many quarterbacks who are willing to do what these guys have been willing to do all year, and that's, hey, whatever is needed for the team at this time to be successful. If that means the other guy goes in, great. I'll pat him on the butt, got his back, and I'm going to freaking support him like crazy. And these two guys are special. There's no doubt about it. I think like Nate said before, it just says a lot about our team, the way these guys care about each other. They compete for each other. It doesn't matter who's making the play. They're gonna be excited for that guy. And so, yeah, it's tough up for Leo to have that happen. We're certainly going to support him moving forward, and we'll see where he's at. And if that's what it is, well, then, we'll be rolling with Carter here, and then Riley Richards will be ready to go too, and we'll get it all figured out. And that's the beauty of our team right now. We've been doing that all year long. Next man up and finding ways to win football games. And that's what I said is special about this team.
I was going to say that the luxury of having three guys like that, because obviously Riley's played some minutes this year, and he was able to come in, obviously, and hold on the field goal unit when Leo went down. Talk about having the luxury of having three quality guys like that at that position.
Yeah, I mean, Riley is a talented quarterback too. He can do some things with his legs. He's a very bright individual. He understands our offense about as well as any of the three, to be honest with you. No offense. But he does a great job. Like, he's just locked in, right? That's what I mean. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care that the other guys are in there. He's going to prepare himself like he's going to play. And that's what he's been doing all year. And then he supports these guys. When they come off the sideline, he's talking to them about things he's seeing. Like, they all just, that group is really has got a special bond, I think, and it's pretty awesome. And it says something about who they are and what our team's about. But yeah, having three guys that can play like those three and kind of all have some skill sets that have some similarities, but also a few unique things about them that allows Coach Wheeler to kind of get creative with what they're really good at. You know, I just think we're really meshing well right now, and we're playing our best football at the right time, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
And Dawson, kind of piggybacking on that, you went over 1,000 yards on the season today. You've obviously been a part of a pretty good running backs room this year with Bryson and Joey and Ben Bryant last year, last couple of years with Turbo. How do you guys kind of support each other, just kind of piggybacking on what Coach Winter just talked about?
Yeah, I mean, we're always talking like what we're seeing out on the field, on the iPads, on the sideline. Like we're always supporting one another and just sharing our thoughts and our ideas and like what we're seeing.
You guys have another home football game, Bethel next week. What's that mean to being back home?
I think it's special. You know, we get to play at the Wally Hoove one more time in the Nasty Blacks, and I mean, I don't know, teams coming in here, it's not fun for them as far as, you know, the past couple seasons have gone and today. So I think just moving forward, I think it's going to be fun for sure.
Definitely picks our team up, and being able to come out here and play in front of everybody, in front of the rest of the team back in the end zone. It's really special to play here, throwing the Nasty Blacks, and it's a great time.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Just to add on to that, it's a great atmosphere in the Wally Hoove, and whenever you get to play here, it's something special every single weekend.
Yeah, you obviously just the people that come here to support us week in and week out. I mean, we've got we've got a place here that really supports football, and it's special. From these guys' families to the local community to the college community to the sports staff to I mean, this morning our food service is over there on a day when they were supposed to be off for Thanksgiving, serving our guys breakfast. I mean, it just tells you what it means. And so it's a special place. And anytime we get a chance to suit up one more time, like these guys are saying, in these black jerseys, and go back out there and play in that stadium in front of that crowd where we're going to be supported in that manner, it's super special. And obviously, this week, even today, Thanksgiving break, and we got a full end zone of people down there cranking it up. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like next week when we're not on Thanksgiving break. You're going to have even more energy and life in that stadium, and it's good. It's just like I said, it's special. Being able to play a home game from the playoffs is always special, and to be able to do it again with these guys would be pretty awesome.